Previously on Weem Plays Planet Explorers. Okay, down he goes. So yeah, not too shabby. You know what, we're gonna try one more bear. Didn't go so well before, but we're gonna try it again. Just need to fire faster. Now, if you're wondering why I was firing slower before, I was trying to conserve ammo, and as best I could, but I think I need to not worry about that so much. Oh, I'm stuck against the thing. No! I tried to strafe. Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Planet Explorers. This should be episode number 14. And it's been a little while. I obviously took a bit of a break last weekend. For those of you who saw the vlog episode, you kind of know I had some issues recording Reyes and had a bunch of stuff going on, so I kind of took the weekend off. But we're back again, Planet Explorers, and we have our goal set, and that is to make a vehicle. Now, I've been crunching some numbers here, and things are, well, they could be better. We're pretty close, though, and I think what we'll do is just dive in here, and I'll show you where we're at, what we need to get to, and what we can do to get there. Okay, so as you can see here, we have 245 stake dollars. Now, in talking with Adisa over there, it looks like the total vehicle cost, counting the wheels, the engine, and the cockpit, it comes to 441. So we are a little bit short, but I went ahead and sold a number of things, and that kind of got us to where we're at now. And it looks like if I sell my gun, I think we might be close. Let's see, the gun was 118, so that would mean we needed 323, and we're obviously short of that. And according to my numbers here that I wrote down real quick, if my math is correct, we need 78 after I've sold my gun. Now, it would be a bummer to sell the gun. You can, as you may have noticed, I suppose, I don't have any sword shields, the bow, I sold all that stuff off. And I'm not too sad. I don't think I'll be that sad selling off the gun, right? I mean, we have the template, so we can remake it again, or just make a new one, since that's fun. And yeah, we really want to try a vehicle. So I think we're going to do that. Now, once again, we will be short still. We're going to be short. Yes, we do. We will be short by 78, I believe. Let's go ahead and sell this. Okay. The gun has been sold. Okay, so we have 363. Yeah, and we need 441. So we've got a bit to go. So we're going to have to find some more things to sell. Now, a number of these have very low or no sell price at all. So they're really not worth it. I could probably sell everything in here and barely take a dent out of it. The resources are not worth anything as well, except some of the higher tier stuff, for example, the iron and the copper. I obviously could go dig those up and sell them, but there's really no point in that. If I dig them up and get them, we want to use them. And at a 1 sell price a piece, not really worth it. So what we're going to have to do is figure out something else. Now, we can make guns. If we cruise over to Chen, we can get the muzzle, or I'm sorry, we can actually mine the iron and copper and everything pretty quickly, and make some guns, kind of like we just did. The Weem rifle sold for 118. Now, the Weem rifle had a lot of materials in it. Actually, let's just head over to Chen right now. So the Weem rifle had a lot of materials in it, which allowed it to be sold for 118. I could do something similar, and we would definitely be over the mark. It looks like I could probably make, use a little bit less materials. Actually, come to think of it, I think we made the Weem rifle pretty efficiently, didn't we? That one was made hollow, now that I think about it. So anyway, it may not take much. It may not take much of a rifle at all in order to make the money that we need. Now, that said, we do have to gather the materials to even make the gun. And in order to do that, in order to make the muzzle and make the double grip, It looks like we're going to need, and I've kind of jotted this down too, a total of 10 iron, 9 copper, and a wood. And again, that would just make those 2 materials. That doesn't count the extra iron we may want for the body of the gun. I think I spent about 16 on the Weem rifle, so we'd be looking at about 26 iron, 9 copper, and a wood. Now, those are all gatherable, so that's really only costing us time. So I think we're just going to have to get started on this thing and make a rifle, sell it, and we can start looking at making a vehicle. Should be pretty sweet. Okay, well that didn't take me very long at all, and I've got the wood already, but I suppose that even if I needed to run out and get 1 wood from a nearby tree, that really only took a few minutes, so that's pretty sweet. So let's dive in here. We need to make the muzzle and the double handgun handle. So let's go ahead and make this guy, and we'll cruise down here, make the muzzle. Why not? Okay, now we are good to go, and we've got some iron left over. I got a little extra, so we've got 22. We can use that in the crafting of the gun. So let's jump into the crafter here and get going. Okay, once again, jump in here. Let's see. We need a template to start with, so we're going to start with our grip here and do something like that. Bring this up. Where's our muzzle? There. And we're not going to worry too much about what it looks like. We just kind of want to get this made and get some material used. So that being said, let's go there. And where's our iron? Right there. Now I think I'll kind of look down on this from here and do that to start. And there. Now we're going to keep an eye on this. So we're at 7 iron right now. It's good to know. I'm just going to bring this back here. Again, not going to worry too much about what this looks like. We just want to use enough material so that it actually has some value. Let's see. It's a little off there. Something like that. Kind of. Not really. Okay. I don't know why I'm trying to get all perfect with it. I just said I wasn't going to. So that little angle there, yeah, not going to worry about that. We're now at 10 iron here. I don't think this will calculate a value, will it? No, that'd be nice if it told you how much it was going to sell for. But essentially I'm going to use, maybe not all the iron. I've got 22 and I've only spent 10. And this is solid. The Weem rifle wasn't even solid, so I'm not going to go too much more than this. Let's just drag out a little bit more here and do that. Sure, why not? We're at 11 iron. Of course, now I'm scared because if this doesn't sell, yeah, I'd have to make another one or something. Okay, well, let's go ahead and use another good chunk here. Something like that. 13. I don't know. That's got to be pretty good. I mean, that's more iron than the rifle I previously made. So let's do this. We're going to call this the trade gun. This is just something we want to make to sell and make sure this gets exported. So 13, 101. We have all that material. Yep. Cool. Exported. Well, let's go find out what this sells for. Okay. Here we go. Fingers crossed. So it's selling for 113, and that should do it. I think that's going to be, actually that's going to be over by some certain amount. We need less than 100, so excellent. Oh, I don't, yeah, okay, let's see. Sell that for 113, yes. So what are we at here? 475, and again, I'm kind of looking over my notes here. Jotted down that it was 441 to make a vehicle, at least to buy the parts. We can use whatever material we want, dirt or anything, so we're not too concerned about that. You do have to use some when you make a vehicle, apparently, but it doesn't matter what you use. So let's go ahead and jump back over to our fort, buy the materials, and get rolling. No pun intended there. Okay, where's she at? Now, they've been kind of going outside here. Is she out here? Where is she? Oh, there she is. Sitting in the sun, basking. Okay.
Need anything?
I do! I need vehicle parts. Okay, so... Now I could get the script. It's probably cheaper, but I've already calculated the price based on buying all of this stuff, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. We just want to get in there and do this. I want to make this right now. No more delays. So let's see here. We need the engine. We'll buy one of those. We're going to buy a left wheel, a left steering wheel, a right wheel, and a right steering wheel, and finally the cockpit. Okay, so what are we at? We had 33 meat left over. Yep, that definitely used most of that. So, thank you, Adisa. Now it's time to get rolling. Now, out here we've got the area cleared out a while ago for a vehicle. So we're actually going to get to use this now. We can actually make a garage. But let's jump in here and make a vehicle. Okay, so I haven't played around with making a vehicle much at all. In fact, I've only done it one time. But I believe it's pretty straightforward. If I remember correctly, it was a while ago. And so let's jump in here. We got templates, right? Just like the gun, we have the parts that we've bought. We can see those. So let's go ahead and start with the cockpit. We're going to raise that up off the ground a bit. Yeah, somewhere in there. Okay, so this is going to be pretty small. Now this is the S vehicle, and I think if you go L vehicle, it's made for, yeah, you just have a lot more room. Should I do that? No, I don't think I want to make it too big. I thought about making it wide with the wheel stuck way out, but I think we'll keep it somewhat narrow, so we'll just go back into this view and get the cockpit set up here. So, doesn't matter too much. Was that kind of being based on the plane or no? Seemed like it was floating above it a bit. Okay, maybe not. So let's do this. Yeah, that's funny. Is it an odd number? It's got one space on the right, but two on the left. Huh. Okay, it's an odd number width. We won't let it throw us too bad. Let's back this up to this line. Okay, now we have a rubber tire. Actually, we need to lower the plane down here and get this wheel in. Now we're one off from this corner. Let me back this up a bit. There, I had the wrong wheel before. This is going to be a very strange looking vehicle. We're going to have these wood wheels like they belong on a wagon or something, but this kind of space age cockpit. Okay, so if we bump this right up against the side here, that should be good, which means the other one needs to come in by one. That wasn't the steering wheel, was it? One template selected. Let me delete it just in case. I want to make sure it's not the steering wheel. Okay, let's do that. And then we've got the right wheel. Now, as I was saying, we're going to have to bring this in one if we want things to be the same. Of course, now, did I have it reversed? Let's go back here and bring this plane up. Maybe confused. Oh, it's the reverse. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I just like to have things symmetrical. I don't require it to be so, but it'd be nice. So we actually need to come one off of this line and do it about there. Excellent. Let's kind of take a peek there. Yep, looking good. Now, I think what we'll do is we'll extend the area forward a bit. Oh, we do have to have the engine. I suppose we can extend with the engine. Bring this to here. Here's our ghetto little engine. We're just gonna kind of clip this in a bit. Something like that. Should be fine. Okay. Sorry, I'm playing around here trying to see if that's right where I want it. Yeah, cool. Okay, and then we'll get the other wheels in here. Lower our plane down. Now, I could bring the wheels in a bit more towards the engine, but I think I'll kind of keep them on the same line. We'll keep them all lined up. So we've got, that's not the right wheel, although that's a cool looking wheel. I wish I had it, but No. Okay. So let's see. That back wheel is up on this white line, which means we want the same thing. And we'll just go ahead and bring it up to this corner to keep it easy. Now, obviously, it's not touching the engine there. I don't think it has to, but we have to use material anyway, so we'll try and get some material down there as like a base. Although, come to think of it, maybe I'll just do that now while I can kind of see what I'm working with here. So we'll bring this up. Sure. And now the material, that's going to be the question. We don't want to use anything super awesome, right? We could make it stone or wood. But really what I have a lot of is dirt and stone, or at least is what I have more of. So let's go with dirt. We're going to go cheap. We're going to go cheesy. I know it's kind of cheesy to use dirt, but that's okay. Why not? Now can I do this? Can I spin this around a bit? Back here? Yes, I can. Something like this ought to work. And we'll bring it up a couple. Okay, so we have our dirt our dirt base for this vehicle. Cool. And we need to get the engine back in there. Where'd he go? Right there. And we won't worry too much. Something like that. Yeah, that'll work. Lower our reference plane and bring out the steering wheels. Oh, the wrong one again. Want. Okay. So if we're doing this one, we're going to go here-ish. Sure. And this one needed to be one off of that white line. Oop. Right about there. Okay, so this uses all the required parts, all the necessary parts. This is a complete vehicle. You can see right now we're using 15 dirt. We'll check our attributes, and I won't know what any of these really mean. 35 kilowatts power. We got torque and brake, durability. I mean, I don't know what to compare that to. Is 850 good? If it's out of 1,000, sure. If it's out of 10,000, not so much. But it's dirt. It's got to be good, right? So I think we're going to leave it at that. I don't mind the cockpit kind of being open, looking kind of goofy. This is just our first attempt. We're just experimenting here, so we're not going to go too crazy. What we're going to have to do is save this, and we're going to call this the wagon. That's saved. We'll export it. Right. Oh, I thought it was saying we needed 473 dirt. It's like, no! But no, we're good. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and export that. Successful! Let's go try this thing. Okay, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to place the vehicle, right? That's what we need to do. We need to get it out of our inventory, pull the wagon out of our bag. But I want to start it in the garage. It seems fitting. So let's see. Where is this vehicle? There it is. The wagon. Okay, so look at all those stats there. We got, okay, no weapons on it, right? We knew that. Cockpit shielding 30%. Interesting. I wonder what would happen if I put dirt over the top of it. Well, we've already exported it, right? I mean, can't really... oh, wait, you can edit the ISO. I'm curious, if you were to open this back in the crafting thing and edit it, if it would make you pay for everything again. Huh, I don't know. But anyway, there's our vehicle. So we'll just go ahead and set it down there. Do a axe chop at it. Cool, so here it is in our world. Ugly as can be, but you know what? It's ours. So let's see, we're gonna... So get, we'll pick it up. Turn, we don't need to turn it. Let's get in this thing. Okay, now I did drive a vehicle once a while ago. I love that I'm holding my hatchet there. Nice. We're going on a stroll to chop some wood. So basically, let's see. Forward is forward, back is back. But I don't think you actually turn with these. I think it actually goes where you're facing, which, yeah, it was really strange. Really strange using the mouse view to turn the vehicle. I'd like to change the keys. I did look into that earlier, though, and it didn't seem like you could. So for now, I think we'll leave it. Now, let's see. I guess we could, maybe we should just drive and see Chen. Maybe we'll go show this off to him. And we'll see what kind of top speed we've got on this thing. Chen's over in this direction. Okay, so it's not that fast, but it is faster than walking, that's for sure. What I need to do is build a jump out here or something. Now, I wonder if I see a aggro mob, I wonder what happens if I like run into him. Although, now that I think about it, to make the vehicle, I sold everything off. I don't think I have any weapons now. I know I have arrows, but I don't have a bow, no sword, no gun. Feeling helpless and alone. So anyway, this is a pretty decent speed, not bad. Like I said, I need to make a jump. We need to take this thing off with some big jumps. may not be able to build up the speed in order to do that. So there's one of the aggro guys. I'm going to go ahead and try and dodge him, at least not run right into him. Rather not have to deal with him just yet. Hey, move it! So the turning radius on this thing is pretty terrible. I'm sure it has to do with the wood wheels, but I don't know, maybe there's a different way you can build these and, you know, you get better turning radius. I did see, one of you guys mentioned having made these with one wheel in the front. At least, I think that was in the comments. I may have read that on the forum somewhere at some point, but, yeah, actually, I think it was the forums, because then I saw a video. Anyway, it had a really tight turning radius. It looked nice, but I could have done that with this, but I think we'll do that next time. Maybe try and make like a three-wheeler with a really cool turning radius. If I turn my view completely here, I mean, it's not a terrible turning radius, but yeah, okay, it's terrible turning radius. Alrighty, well, anyway, we've made it over to Chen. If I can dodge the tree here. Alrighty, let's try that again. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna go show this off to Chen, and maybe we will cruise back to the fort in a bit. Well, that should just about wrap it up for us today. We made really good progress, actually. We started and completed a vehicle, got to test drive it and everything. So I think it's a good prototype and a good test run. I'm pretty excited about getting some better materials and making some bigger vehicles. We just kind of wanted to keep it small for testing purposes. So I think what I'll do now is go chat with Chen a little bit, and then I will jump down into the crater and do some mining for iron and copper. We've got a lot of supplies to replenish, and once I get all of that kind of back and stable again, we're going to go ahead and make the muzzle and make the double hand grip again, because we need to make a new rifle. I'm just not feeling safe without the Weem rifle, but I think we're going to make a version 2. We'll make a new one, so maybe that's what we'll get around to in the next episode, is designing and creating the next really cool gun. So thanks for stopping in, everybody. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.